What's going on, guys? Got another comic book haul video for you. All these books I picked up from the local shop called Great Escape. Shop there a lot. They do great dollar sales every few months. A couple weeks ago, well, probably about a month ago now, they did a big dollar sale where they had about 60 or 70 long boxes full of dollar books. So I had a range of stuff from, Bronze Age stuff that was not in the greatest shape up to modern stuff. So went there. I'm actually split this my haul into two videos because I got so much. I think I got about 75 books. This first haul is just going to be the stuff from my personal collection. There's about 40 books I think here, and then I actually picked up a ton of spec books. I was surprised at how much stuff that I found that hadn't been grabbed yet. There's about 30 spec books that I'll show in the next video. So like I said, these are all from my personal collection, and we'll go ahead and get started with this X-Men number 206. It's a cool blob cover. It's got Colossus and Rogue on there. Just trying to fill out as much of the X-Men run for as cheap as possible when I find them in good condition. So I was happy to find that. Found this cool poster magazine from Wizard from 1999. There are, there's about 40 posters in here. You open it up, and it's not stapled or anything. They're all just double-sided posters here. So Lady Death one, some cool Alex Ross art in here. That's the one on the cover. Is that X-Men book? There's some Inhumans, some Jay Lee goodness. So just really cool. There's, like I said, about 50 posters in here total. By a variety of artists, so I always like picking that stuff up when I can find it. This is a Witchblade cover gallery, not quite a poster book, but pretty much the same, just a gallery of Witchblade covers. Got a Greg Horn one on there as the cover for the covers. Then we got, Michael Turner, Mark Silvestri, Greg Land, Frank Cho, Stan Lee, just a ton of artists in here. I think they talked to some of the artists, and ask them what, like, there's Stan Lee talking about his favorite covers. And there's one of them, I imagine, that looks like Greg Land. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Is the Michael Turner, of course. So pretty fun book there. Got this one, Voyage to the Stars. I'd seen this before, but not for $1. I'd seen it, I think, at Great Escape. You can see the sticker on there is $4.49, which is like 50 cents more than cover price. Just grabbed this because it's a cool Freddie Williams cover. He does not do the interior art, unfortunately, but just a fun cover. I think this was either a 2 or 4 issue miniseries, so I'll keep my eyes open for the rest of those because he did the cover on those as well. Another Darkness / Tomb Raider crossover. I was going to say Witchblade adjacent book, I guess, because of the darkness. It's a topcalstore.com exclusive. So no number or anything, just kind of a promo book, I guess they were selling on their website back in the early 2000s. So that was cool. Nice Billy Tan cover. Got a Turtles book here. This is a miniseries, Shredder in Hell. This is the cover B. It's the Kevin Eastman cover. I like this. I think Mateus Santaluco, he does the interior art on this whole mini-series. So that's really cool. And I think he does the A covers as well. But always happy to find an Eastman cover. Got a fun little promo book here. Superman meets the Quick Bunny. Can't tell who the artist is. There's no signature or anything. But oh wait, was that a Simonson? I thought that might be a Walt Simonson signature, but I don't think so. Just a fun little promo book for $1. Another Superman. This is the Superman Man of Steel 18. I've got, I think, the first print of this and the newsstand. This is the third print, third print variant. See the sticker they put on there. That was nice of them. I think this might be first cover appearance of Doomsday. This is before he busted out of his suit, obviously, so it's pretty cool. Picked up a couple of these Wizard 1/2 books. This first one's Spider-Man 1/2. It's got the certificate in there, of course, and it's got these weird sleeves that they came in that I'll take out eventually. But it's a fun Spider-Man 2099 cover, and then it's got the the Spider-Man, and then Black Suit Spider-Man. It's Leonardi. I can't remember his first name. Tim, maybe? I don't know. He did a lot of, I think, X-Men art, and then he did some of the Cloak and Dagger miniseries too, so that's pretty cool. Got a Soulfire book here. Grabbed this one because Saya she does all the interior art. She also does the B cover. This is just the A cover though, but she does all the interior pencils, which is really cool. She mostly just does cover work now, except on her own book, Lola, I think. I'm happy to find that. Couple Silver Surfer books here. Got Silver Surfer Black #2. That's the Ron Lim cover. Classic Ron Lim. I always loved Ron Lim doing the Silver Surfer stuff because he was the artist on it when I first started collecting back in the 90s, so I always have a soft spot for that. Another one of these 1/2 books. This is Silver Surfer 1/2. It looks like Gamora on there maybe with him. I'm not sure. I haven't read it yet, but I've never seen the Silver Surfer 1/2, so I was happy to find that. Got 2 versions of this She Psyblade #1, the first appearance of Witchblade. It's got the Tucci cover and the Silvestri cover, so that's pretty cool. Got a Mass Effect book here, Discovery #1. I don't think this is the first one. I can't remember there's been like 2 or 3 different Mass Effect miniseries for comics, so there's one called Foundations, I think, and then I can't remember the other one. But this one was from 2016. I'm not sure how long it ran, but it's one of my favorite video games, so I always pick those up when I can find them. Got a sketchbook here from Marvel Young Guns '04. Just some sketch work from the up-and-coming artists at the time. You can see the table of contents here. You got Jim Chung, Olivier Coipel, David Finch, Eddie Granov, Steve McNiven, Greg Land. For some reason, John Romita Jr. I don't really think he was a young gun at that time, but Steve McNiven and Greg Land and Eddie Granov and David Finch certainly were, so it's pretty cool. Let's flip through here. Where was the Steve McNiven stuff? That was really cool, I think. Or there's the Greg Land. It's a nice Phoenix cover. Pretty cool. I always like finding those sketchbooks. Got this Marvel 85th anniversary special. Just grabbed this one because it's Kari Andrews cover. It's a pretty thick book. They had a ton of covers for this when it came out a few years ago. But I don't remember seeing this one. But this is just the regular A cover, so I was happy to grab that. Grabbed a few Married with Children books. Always fun to find these. This is from, I think, the second miniseries they did in like 91. So this is #1. It's the photo cover. I think they each had a photo cover and just a drawn cover, so that was #1. This is #2 with the artwork of Peg eating her bonbons, and then #3 with Al being very upset about something, probably having to sell shoes or something, but really happy to find those. Another one of these sketchbooks. This is Mark Silvestri from 2006. It says convention exclusive. I don't know how exclusive it was. It's got the Comic-Con logo and the Wizard World Chicago logo on the bottom there, but I always like finding these, picking up the sketchbooks when I can, so just really cool line art in here for a bunch of Silvestri's characters, so can't go wrong with that. Got a whole bunch of Liberty Meadows books, so buckle in. We've got, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15. So this was Frank Cho's, one of his first artistic, like, published endeavors, I think, was Liberty Meadows was a comic strip, and like I think it started in like the Baltimore student newspaper maybe when he was in college, and then it got picked up locally in Baltimore, and then I think it got syndicated all across the country. So I picked up a bunch of these, and they're all here, I'll show you this one. This is a cool one. This is an Adam Hughes cover, which I'd never seen before. I've seen a bunch of the Liberty Meadows books before, but never seen or knew that Adam Hughes did a cover. And you can see they're reprints of the comic strips. They're in this horizontal format, and most of them are in black and white. So that's pretty cool. You see, and Frank Cho does all the interior art on all of these, so that's really cool. And then at this point, I think it switched over, to Image. So 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 35. So the main character's name is Brandy. I don't know what the brunette's name is Brandy. I'm not sure what the blonde there's name is. That is 35, and then the last one, a cool like astronaut cover, or 37, with a little alien dude in the old school astronaut helmet. So made a good dent in the Liberty Meadows run, so I was happy about that. Picked up Kingdom Come. This is issue 4. This is the last book, I guess, in the original miniseries. So beautiful Alex Ross cover, and he does all the interior art as well. So just really, really happy to find that. Picked up a couple of Haunt books here. Got number 1 with the McFarlane cover, so I was happy to find that. Number 2, I think I had a second printing of number 2, or maybe a different cover, like a Capullo cover. But this is number 2, the McFarlane cover, just the cover A. And then I got last Haunt book here is 7. This is cover B, and that's the Capullo cover. So it's pretty cool. I think I've got most of the first dozen or so. Those are the ones that I think McFarlane did the main cover A's on that. So I'm just trying to fill those out. And then Capullo did most of the cover B's, and I think he picked up the cover A's after a while, like after McFarlane stopped doing them. So I'll pick up as many of those as I can find. Grabbed a Green Lantern number 51 after I was feeling around. I don't think this is a glow-in-the-dark cover like 50, but it's very reminiscent of number 50. But this is Kyle Rayner after he becomes Green Lantern. He took it over from Hal Jordan, of course, so happy to find that. Got some more Frank Cho goodness, doing a Conan cover. So I'd never seen this one before. I don't know if this is not the same run. Bruce Timm did some interior work on one of the Conan books, maybe about 10 years ago, I think. It's like 16 or 17. But that's just the Conan the Barbarian, not the Conan the Cimmerian, or however you pronounce that. I'm not sure. But just a fun Frank Cho cover, and unfortunately no interior for him, just the cover, but can't go wrong. Got this Captain America book. This is a square-bound book, Captain America, Peggy Carter, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I just grabbed this one. The cover caught my eye, and that's because Saya Oom did it, and I was not 100% sure she did it. Her signature's kind of hidden there in the wall behind Peggy there, so I just grabbed it and then confirmed it later that it was in fact her doing the cover of this. So it was a really fun find. Got Batman's Grave number 9. This is the Stephen Platt cover. This is a more recent book, probably in the last 2 or 3 years, I think, back when Stephen Platt came back and started doing comic book work again. So I've been trying to pick all of his stuff up that he's done. It's been mostly DC work. He's done some recent work for Marvel. He did a cover on Moon Knight, obviously, going back to his start when he did the Mark Spector run, those last 5 issues or so. But he did this Batman cover, so I was happy to find that. I always keep an eye out for it. It's the B cover, it looks like, again, for Batman's Grave number 9. And just a couple more books here. Got a fun Back to the Future sketch cover. Just got a blank cover. Eventually, I've got about 6 of these now. These blank sketch covers. I tried to. There was a video game expo here in Louisville a few weeks ago, and they had an artist set up there that I bought prints from before, and I was going to take some of my blank sketch covers to have him draw on them, but he does not do commissions, unfortunately. So that was kind of a bummer. But I want to find some local artists probably to do some of my sketch covers. I got this Back to the Future one, I got a Transformers one, I've got a Tekken one, I think I've got a Ninja Turtles one as well. So look forward to that, and I'll show you those for sure if I ever get them done. And last book here, another Frank Cho cover, who actually, he does the interior art for half of this book as well too, right? Open it up, yeah. So he does... artist Frank Cho. There's 2. Are there 2 stories? No, there's not 2 stories. No, he just does the the interior art for the whole one. I just got confused because of the AVX and whatnot, but yep, that's Mr. Cho on the interior as well as the cover, so can't go wrong with that. And that's gonna do it, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna put all the other books I got there in another video for speculation purposes, so keep an eye out for that, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.